And that's what I did. And one of the other things that I will note, because the whole purpose of this show is to tell the truth about, do these therapies work? Because if it didn't work, I'm just going to tell you, girl, this thing didn't work. Okay, like you got a pretty face and a nice voice, but it didn't work. Okay, nice hypnosis session. I got some good rest, but it truly worked. It truly worked. And if it didn't, I'd be the first one to say it didn't work. Now, one of the things that I did notice, because I'd had such a profound injury, that the doctors pretty much said there's really nothing else we can do with this. This is kind of as good as it's going to get with this, is that a lot of the muscles that were associated, like the quad muscles that were associated around the knee that had not been used because I'd been limping for so long or not really putting all my weight on that leg, they were exhausted. They were tired because they were working for the first time. And it was like, oh man, like it wasn't that the knee was hurting, it was everything around it because the knee was not working again. And so it was kind of a play in the mind with that, like, what exactly is going on with that now? So that was one of the sensations that I
that really illustrates that the ongoing healing is the client's responsibility. So once the client and the practitioner part ways, it is on the client to maintain that healing, because all healing is self-healing. Right. So there will be some things like that. So it's great that you didn't just sit on the couch and say, ugh, my leg hurts, I'm tired of this, now I just want to go back to how I was. You didn't do that. You pushed through it, and you recognized that the muscles were getting healthy again. And that takes some work sometimes.
And I think that really kind of, just for me to kind of plug in, I think that really goes back to the whole belief of holistic medicine and of holistic therapies, is that you have to look at the whole body.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the biggest things in healings for most people is the whole idea of compassion, compassion for oneself. And that's something that I think I had to learn with my injury, was that to not be so angry and agitated with, gosh, you're hurting now, I can't do the things I used to do. When the rest of the muscles around my leg and the tendons and the ligaments were all kind of figuring out, like, whoa, we're working again, like, how do we do this? I was very compassionate to say, I get it, guys. You're being asked to work again, and you haven't had to work like this before.
That's the best thing that you can do for yourself.
And it took me a moment to kind of sit back and go, be patient with it. This has
absolutely.
been broken for 3 years, over 3 years, and you're expecting everything just to pop back up. This is a human body.
People are so cruel to their bodies. The negative self-talk and the comparing and things like that. What people fail to realize on a day-to-day basis is that we are the divine connection with our bodies. Our bodies, like I was talking about the higher self and the ego and the shadow self and all of this, our body is then another part of that unit. And it has its own, we have had sessions, which I don't want to freak people out too much, but we've had sessions where the practitioner was able to talk to different individual body parts. And there's been a session where a body part was regrown because it wasn't working properly without that body part that they had removed through surgery, because it is a cohesive being. Your body is a being. So when you, it's like a child. If you raise your child and you're only tell it what it's screwing up at all the time and what it did wrong, and you're never good enough, and why are you hurting so much, and get your butt off the couch, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like if you're cruel to your child, they're gonna grow up with dysfunction and feeling like they're not worthy, and they're gonna be broken, and your body's the same way.
And that's what we do. And so that's one of the things that I really took some time through meditation and just some quiet time to go, okay, this stuff is being asked to work again for the first time in 3.5 years. So the healing was profound.
And instead of focusing on the pain, you were focusing on the fact that these muscles are doing this for you. They're doing this in love and service of you, and so that you can walk properly again. And that's really beautiful to me.
It was an amazing session.